Hello everyone, my name is Loco and welcome to some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. Today we're gonna take a look at a game that I have played recently, and most importantly, we're gonna discuss the reason why Roaches counter Mutalisks in Zerg vs Zerg. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my god, Roaches can't shoot up, they can't lie on their back and like spit acid and mutas, and to you sir I say, you are 100% correct. However, this is one of the main things currently happening in Zerg vs Zerg and a lot of players are confused about. Why does nobody make Mutalisks? If Mutalisks, you know, just sort of kill Roaches, because Roaches can't kill Mutas. Why is everyone playing Roach? What is up with that? So, in this video, I hopefully will be able to provide you a good example game on why exactly that is. Now, the build order that I'm gonna execute is something that you can learn as well. That will be the very first link right below that like button below. And it will teach you exactly the build order that I'm gonna be executing versus Icy Core in this Zerg vs Zerg on Dead Wing Alley. Alright, so Zerg vs Zerg in general right now is pretty much only Roach v Roach. But in this specific case, my opponent is gonna go for Mutalisks, okay? And mutas are pretty good. They used to be sort of the standard until people realized that Roaches are as good as they are, and until the Spore Crawler buffs just sort of murdered mutas. Right now, a Spore Crawler only takes 3 hits to kill a Mutalisk, which is obviously kind of a crazy amount. So mutas right now just sort of, you know, they've just gone out of fashion. Maybe if someone realizes exactly how to play them again, but lately, I don't think we're gonna see any kind of changes if there's not gonna be like a balance patch or some sort of update to it, because Roaches are just pretty much superior in every single way. Anyways, we will see that very shortly. I am opening up completely standard right here, opening up with a hatchery first, and following it up with a gas geyser, or with a spawning pool rider. Now, I'm not gonna get any gas geysers up until like the 5-ish minute mark. Maybe I delay them a little bit in this game, sometimes I sort of forget about them. But I'm gonna open up gasless and I'm gonna get some... whoa. Okay, I thought for a sec, wait, am I making a gas? But no, I decided not to. So I decided to not open up with a gas geyser simply because on this map, it feels like it's really not necessary, okay? The reason for that is because if you take a look at this ramp right here, or the little choke right here at my natural, I should be able to fit 2 evolution chambers, a roach horn, and like a queen in there to sort of make like a full wall off right here that would prevent me to dying from any kind of like aggressive zergling bailing aggression. So that's sort of what I'm focusing on right now. I noticed, alright, my opponent went for... we're actually on the wrong one right here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's why I'm sort of focusing on not getting the gas geysers out right here, because I will be able to counter pretty much any kind of bailing aggression on this map as well. I misrallied my Overlord, by the way, that's kind of a bad mistake. Either way, I'm gonna be executing a couple of different little moves right here. I'm gonna make a couple of Zerglings first. The Zergling's gonna be there for scouting, and meanwhile at home, I'm just gonna make non-stop drones, okay? These Zerglings are not really for defense, they're just for scouting, and I'm gonna use them to figure out what my opponent is up to and to hopefully counter what he is doing. Now, my queens, meanwhile, are gonna be the early game defense. So I got 2 queens right now, gonna queue up the 3rd and the 4th one, there we go. 2 more in the production tab right now, and I'm just gonna use those queens for defense. Now, the nice thing about making queens... Oh, I'm actually being nice right here. They have disabled horizontal spawns on this map. But the nice things about making queens is that they don't cost any larva. And it might sound like a very obvious thing, but when you don't spend any larva, it will allow you to obviously spend a lot more on drones. And you can already see like the difference in supply that makes. Right now I'm about 5 supply up on my opponent, and that is about 5 more minerals a second that I'm gathering from him, compared to him, so that's nice. I scout right here that a bailing nest is going up, so I know he is playing a pretty old school / normal-ish style, and I'm gonna get my my gas geysers going right as I expected, a little bit too late, so I decided to take another gas geyser a bit earlier than normal, just to make up for the lost gas geyser mining time. Normally you get them right around the 5-minute mark. I got them around 6 or 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and I got them about, you know, I got 3 instead of 2, just because I was so late with them. So my opponent is walking across the map right now with a couple of Zerglings, and I'm just gonna try and kill them once I get the hands on him. Yeah, there we go. He might kill a pro drone. Yeah, he just killed 1 drone right there. Not ideal. Not the biggest of deals either, though. So I know for a fact that my opponent had the option to go for some link bailing aggression right now. I scouted the bailing nest timing. I saw that he had Zergling speed, so there's a big chance that my opponent could go for some aggression. Now it turns out he is not moving across the map. So what could he be doing? Well, he's likely gonna tech up and maybe take a quick third base. Now, as we can see, obviously, on the production tab, I see, alright, there is indeed a lag going up right now. But I know he's up to something, okay? He must be. If he wouldn't be, he would have done at least some sort of aggression, or he would have taken the third base. So right now, I see the third going down. This is not ridiculously early from him, so I know that he's not likely going for like a very big Roach aggressive play, because if you're gonna play Roach aggressive in Zerg vs Zerg after scouting that your opponent went gastless, you pretty much always take the third right away. So I'm sort of putting him right now on some Mutalisk play, and that is simply because of the fact of these little scouting timings that I've noticed being a little bit off from my opponent. So I'm already assuming that my opponent is going for some sort of muta play, or at the very least I will not be surprised by it because of the things that I just mentioned. So I decided to take my own third base, knowing that it will be a lot of damage once it actually or it will start to actually give me the economy that I need. Yeah, scout right there, see how many Zerglings there are. And I'm gonna start up my Glauber Reconstitution, which is Roach speed right now, and I'm gonna start producing non-stop Zerglings. Now, as you can see on the production tab, his Spire was pretty much the quickest Spire you can see in Zerg for the Zerg. There's really no other option to go for any quicker mutas than the opponent is going for, unless he like wants to skip out on everything. So right here I confirm it pretty much, see 2 more gas going down at the third, so I know, alright, moving the overloads back, this is definitely some Mutalisks play. And I'm looking right here to confirm it, but it really doesn't matter. I know for a fact it's happening. So I am just making non-stop Roaches, and this might seem counterintuitive, but my +1/+1 Roach speed timing attack that I'm gonna execute very shortly is actually pretty much the counter to what my opponent is doing. So I'm just making non-stop units after hitting max saturation in the main base, and I'm just gonna try and get as many out as I possibly can, making some spores just in case of like counter attacks, but I know that I'm in a very, very good position right here. So I'm just making more mutas, gonna make more and more Roaches, and I'm gonna move out right when Roach speed finishes, which is almost in about a half second from now. Here we go, I am moving out across the map, and on the production tab, all my upgrades are finishing up. Gonna just attack move straight towards his natural, actually. I should not be going into the third, whoa, huge misclick right there. I should not be moving into the third, because, well, my opponent simply won't really have very much right there, and I mean to do a lot of damage. So right now, his mutas are out, and I'm just moving. He cannot kill me quickly enough. I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible, and I'm just moving across the map, and I'm sort of just murdering my opponent right here. So this is the exact reason why Mutalisks get countered by Roaches. As you can see, there's just simply not enough mutas to actually kill +1/+1 Roaches, and every single time in these sort of situations, I've pretty much always won instantly. Now let's say he would have been able to hold me off, I would have simply just transitioned into the third base, drone it up, get some Hydralisks going and some Infestors later on as well, get the double upgrades for 2/2 going, and that would have granted me the win, pretty much guaranteed as well, because the one scary thing about Mutalisk players is that you can't really counter them without a third base, and I got the third base already up and going. So if you have any more questions, feel free to post them down below, and I will try my very best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy the video, hit that dislike button. But either way, it would be awesome if you hit that sub button, because you will be the very first one to get a notification when I upload another video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I will see you again in another video.